The champagne was still cold when my phone vibrated. Midnight had already passed. Glasses clinked. Laughter ricocheted off the windows like it belonged to someone else's life. My fiancée stood 3 feet away from me, smiling the way people do when they've already decided something and are just waiting for the moment to say it. She raised her glass. "To separation," she said lightly, like it was a joke, like it was a resolution you could take back in February. The room laughed. I didn't. I watched the bubbles climb the glass, watched my reflection fracture in them. I finished the champagne, every last drop. Then I looked at her. "Congratulations," I said. Her smile faltered. "Just a millimeter. Enough." I walked past her, through the noise, through the countdown debris and discarded promises, and stepped outside into the cold. My hand didn't shake when I made the call. I already knew who to dial. I'd known for weeks. I just hadn't admitted it yet. "I need everything," I said when the line picked up. "Tonight." I hung up before he could ask why. Inside, the party kept breathing without me. That was the moment everything tilted. She felt it too. I saw it in the way she watched the door long after I'd left the room. We'd been together 4 years, long enough to memorize each other's silences, long enough to know when a smile was armor. She'd changed in small ways first. A phone always face down. A new password she forgot to tell me. The way she started saying "we" less, like the word had lost weight in her mouth. I told myself it was stress. Wedding planning. End-of-year fatigue. Lies are easier when you dress them as empathy. But then came the coat. Earlier that night, before the toast, she'd reached into her pocket and stopped. Froze. Her eyes flicked to me, then away. Whatever she was checking, message, ring, proof, she decided not to. Not yet. That look stayed with me. The look of someone who knows the ground is thin and keeps walking anyway. I didn't confront her. I never do things I can't undo. Instead, I watched. I noticed how her stories didn't line up anymore. How her timeline bent when certain names came up. How she started picking fights for reasons that evaporated the moment I stopped engaging. Guilt does that. It looks for exits. That night, after the guests left and the silence settled in, she hung her coat carefully. Too carefully, like it contained something fragile. She kissed my cheek, polite, distant. "I'll grab my things tomorrow," she said. I nodded. Calm, controlled. Inside, the math was already done, because I didn't need her confession. I just needed confirmation. And when she reached into that coat again later, really reached this time, the look on her face told me she finally understood something. I wasn't blindsided. I was waiting. She reached into the coat at 2:17 a.m. I remember the time because I'd been staring at the clock, counting the seconds between breaths. She stood near the door, back to me, fingers sliding into the inner pocket she'd guarded all night. Then she stopped. Her shoulders tightened. Her hand didn't come back out. I didn't move. I didn't have to. "What is it?" I asked quietly. The question wasn't curiosity. It was procedure. She turned slowly. Her face had gone pale, like someone who'd just read their own name in the wrong place. In her hand was a second phone. Not new, not hidden well enough, just hidden long enough to matter. "I can explain," she said. That was the moment I felt it. Not pain, not anger, relief. Because explanations are only offered when guilt is already standing in the room. "I know," I said. 2 words. Precise, surgical. She laughed once. A broken sound. "You don't." I stepped closer. Close enough that she could see it in my eyes. The calm, the certainty. "I hired someone 3 weeks ago," I said. "Phone records, messages, hotel receipts. The weekend you said you were visiting your sister." Her knees buckled slightly. She grabbed the doorframe like it might forgive her. I placed an envelope on the table. Thick, unlabeled. "You should read it," I said. "Or don't. It doesn't change anything." She didn't open it. She didn't need to. She already knew which version of herself lived inside. "It wasn't supposed to happen like this," she whispered. "Nothing ever is." She cried then. Real tears. The kind meant to rewind time. I watched them fall without reaching out. Without flinching. "You toasted a separation," I said. "You announced it before you asked for it." That told me everything. She looked up, eyes red, searching for something human in my face. There wasn't any left. I already made the call, I continued. The lease is transferred. The accounts are frozen. Mine, not yours. I sent the evidence to his wife. She deserved the truth, too. Her mouth opened, closed. That was the sound of consequences arriving. You planned to leave, I said. I just decided the timing. Silence swallowed the room. No fireworks, no screaming. Just the slow collapse of a future she thought she controlled. She sank to the floor. I picked up my coat. As I opened the door, she said my name. Once, soft, like a plea. I didn't turn around. Outside, the city was quiet, clean, honest in its indifference. I walked into the night lighter than I'd felt in months. Not because I'd won, but because I'd stopped lying to myself. Some people break you. Others just show you where the exit is. And once you see it, you never look back.